Hello and welcome to Piano Lessons, Boulder. I'm Sarah Hager. Today we will do a tutorial on the most popular piano piece in the world. You guessed right, Elise. It's everywhere. It's on telephone ringers. It's on music boxes. And a beginner at the piano, their happiest day since they start is the day they can play Elise. But for 99 people out of 100, they are only familiar with the first page of Elise. They think that's the whole piece. I remember back in the 1980s when I used to play in piano bars and restaurants in New York. When I played the whole piece, people would come up to me and say, gee, I didn't know there was all that in it too, So that was very sweet. And so I will not actually give a performance of this piece before the video tutorial as I normally do, because I'm sure that there are thousands of uploads of Elise on YouTube. So we'll come to the tutorial part right away. Elise means for Eliza or for Elizabeth. So Beethoven wrote it for someone, perhaps a student, called Elisabeth in German, or Elizabeth, and so Elise means for Eliza. So a lot of people mispronounce this, as you know, as Elise, so it's not Elise, it's Elise. Für in German meaning for. And the principal tune that the whole world knows and loves shouldn't be played too slowly. It's not sentimental or self-pitying, it's not. That it is not. Beethoven himself writes at the beginning of the piece, poco moto, moving slow. So that is the principal theme and how it should be played, expressively but not too slowly. Now comes the second part. By the way, the feeling of that principal theme is not sadness, even though it's in a minor key, but a feeling of taking a walk in the forest on a summer day, a Waldspazier, listening to the wind rustling in the leaves, the wind among the leaves, the winds rustling in the wind, the leaves rustling in the wind, I finally got that right, and looking up at the white clouds floating in the blue sky and so on. Now, let us imagine that we see Paul and Virginie emerging from the trees, from the wood, and these are the forest children that were very popular in the 19th century, the conception of children who grew up in nature, nature children who were completely untouched by civilization. Then there is a light sprinkle and we run for cover and Paul and Virginie disappear. So. And then the principal theme comes back, the sunshine comes back, and we continue our walk. So, after, and then don't keep on doing this forever, don't make too much of it. Don't linger on it too long like a broken record. After the theme comes back, then there is a thunderstorm. thunderstorm ends as quickly as it came, like all summer thunderstorms, and then there is a rainbow, and we continue our walk and we walk home. Here's the rainbow. So that is how we can approach a few of these. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time.